when Greg was putting this little love poem to Candace and Evan together, he found a tape of my father singing an old Yiddish folk song called Her Nor Du Shane Mädel, which basically means, look here, beautiful girl. And you know, I never really remember my father ever singing anything. It's really a song about a couple who really want to be together and love each other and will sort of do anything for each other.
Her når du schein Mädel, her når du fein Mädel, bi mit dir zusammen sein, bi mit dir zusammen sein. Bräut mit Salz will ich essen, Tate, Mame will ich vergessen, bi mit dir zusammen sein, bi mit dir zusammen sein.
Well, I saw her first, and of course then they delivered her to the bassinet, and it was very interesting. And they were all sleeping, except her. And her head went up, just like it. I'll never forget it. And she just was like telescoping the whole place.
The night nurse used to say, she's my favorite because she keeps me company when all the other children are sleeping, and I would go, oh.
You know, I remember when I was pregnant with Evan, I would sort of talk to him and think about how it would be when I finally saw him. I remember being wheeled into the operating room, and I could feel their hands inside me, and then lifting him out, and then I heard them whispering, and you know, I thought, oh my God, you know, what's wrong with him? And they told me that he was among the most beautiful of babies they'd ever seen, and so I thought, well, this is pretty good. His relationship with my father was very special, and I think in many ways with my mother also. And I think that you know, in this, we share that with the Feldmans, that Candace was quite close to her grandparents.
She could not wait to see them. They could not wait to see
She had
her.
a wonderful relationship with her.
My father would pick her up at the school, and she would go home with them, and they would sit down and they would talk about what the day was like.
Grandma's going to take care of you today. Mommy's working in the office. Won't we have fun? We are glad to see you, Pussy. Glad to know that spring is near. Aye, only if it should be that way.
It was really right around the time of Evan and Candace's official engagement. Ronnie and I were talking. At some point, I just mentioned the fact that my father had gone to Morris High School. She said, my mother went to Morris High School. And wouldn't you know, on page 111 of the 1929 Morris High School yearbook, Bronx, New York, is a picture of Ronnie's mother, Norma Rifkin, later to become Norma Goodfriend. And on page 121, it's a picture of my father, Manuel Ziegelbaum, later to become Manny Zane. And I think that I can't think of a better word, and a Yiddish word too, to describe the relationship and the future melding of two wonderful people than beschert, which means fated. My father interviewed Evan a lot.
I want to ask you, what are you going to do, Evan? What would you like to do when you grow up?
Be the federal government.
Be the whole federal government by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
He took Evan down into the basement, turned the lights off, put him in a closet.
Most of the time what, darling? You wake up with what?
A pee-pee in my diaper.
Right.
And long before he really had decent hand-eye coordination to be able to get the spoon neatly into his mouth, he was trying to feed himself.
She had a severe diaper rash, and she knew how to treat herself already. She said, Daddy, paint me. And we painted her a couple of times, and that took care of the whole thing.
His very, very first Halloween, he was just about to turn 2. This plastic mask of Bugs Bunny. So I thought, okay, that's cool. He'll be a bunny. and we had this Bugs Bunny mask, and I went to pin this tail on Evan, and he started to shriek. He said, "No tail, no tail, no tail."
We went to camp and we didn't know she was jumping. She never informed us about that. And so
She never informed us of the fact that she'd fallen off the horse once or twice. She didn't lie, she just didn't tell us everything.
she didn't tell us everything.
Disappointment was not in her vocabulary. She was intrepid, and I didn't trust her. She can argue it, you know, and make you think that she's right, even though she's wrong. But if you promised her something, you had to do it.
Greg and I took him up to Harry's Shoes to buy him his first pair of shoes. They fitted him, and we left the shoes on him, and we walked out of the store, and he looked down at his feet and saw these shoes, and he started to bawl. The first experience of being constrained somehow by society's expectations. Everybody was reciting ABCs, and they were talking and singing songs, and my son was almost mute. And then one day we were down in this little school in our building that he was going to, and then he suddenly sort of looked up and pointed to the sign over the door, and he said, "Exit." It was like, what?
Boys loved to play with her because she was one of the guys. And one of the things she used to say to me was, "I like being with boys. They're much less complicated." And she used to say to me, "I'm not going to be domestic the way you are.
Yes.
And you didn't train Daddy right. Daddy didn't cook. Daddy didn't help in the house. Daddy didn't do wash. I'm not going to marry somebody like that. And I'm not going to be domestic like you are. I am going to probably be working all the time, and that's what I'm going to be doing."
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who could fill my needs. W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Oh yes, he is wonderful. Wendy, Michael, what is it this time? For a little boy, you certainly do ask lots of questions. Nelly, you marry me. Once you have found him, never let him go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah temet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Befi kochai tamid leolam vahed. Baruch atah Adonai.
Grandpa's gonna cut 150 pieces of challah for us.
Very, very happy birthday to you, and I love you very much.
My 12th candle goes to my most special, talented, bright, understanding, and tolerant parents, Rodney and Philip, whose love has no limits.
She's sensitive and caring and has a good sense of humor, but she's not angelic. Let's raise our glasses together and let us preserve our memories and enjoy new hopes. L'chaim.
We really didn't know about Evan that much, except that there was this person she used to talk about.
The first time I was aware of Candace Feldman's existence, I saw this paper was on his desk, in this very precise, even, neat handwriting. And I said, well, what's that? He said, oh, I'm in, in my English class. He was in this Miss Fletcher's English class, had been partnered with a girl.
And she used to tell me of the debates and how the two of them would carry the class. 1 o'clock in the morning talking. We never knew exactly who she was talking
She
to.
didn't share it either.
And she had mono.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned out that Evan had mono.
He already was on the ball.
This is somebody
That's
that
right,
really
yeah.
must be.
This kid has got something. She was interested. I like the idea that he was also local. I don't need anybody from Kansas.
Met him for real in our English class, in our like short stories English class.
English class.
Oh.
Where was your first date?
Sharon got tickets for a view from the bridge.
I think the first date was when I took her to a view from the bridge.
But not really, and I think it was after the first when we went to see that bad movie in Queens. It was in my parents' house.
Kiss was in her parents' apartment.
Like I guess we like danced to like the Dancing Queen when we were like at prom, and that was like sort of if we had to pick something, we would pick that. But we don't really like other than that have a song.
I think Dancing Queen would probably be.
Dancing Queen, feel the beat from the tambourine. Oh yeah, you can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life.
If you were ordering drinks for both of you, what would you each get?
He sort of likes to get Manhattans.
I would get a Manhattan.
Oh. I don't know. Do I have a celebrity crush? I don't know. I mean, I kind of like Pierce Brosnan, but in his, I don't know. I mean, he kind of likes Natalie Portman. That's my guess.
Candace's is probably Pierce Brosnan. Mine, I don't know if I have like a specific Natalie. I guess.
Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you cling to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. Once you found her, build your world around her. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be happy too.